Hey folks, this is Nate coming at you on Sunday afternoon. So this is just a quick demo video for my Sabertrio brushed silver Senza that I have for sale. If those of you who are familiar with my YouTube channel, you've probably seen me use this many times in demo videos. So this has gotten a lot of use. However, I will confirm that I've never dueled with the Saber. So even though when I originally bought this from Sabertrio, I bought it as a stunt saber, and my intention with it at the time was to duel with it. However, I never did, and then eventually got it converted to Proffie 2.2, and I enlisted Carlos Hernandez at the time to do that conversion install for me. And he did, I believe this was early 2022 that he did this for me. And this is the custom chassis he built for me. So this has a removable battery. It's fairly easy to remove by hand, but
I retransmitted it just as you had requested, Master.
But still has a really tight fit.
You're gonna pay for all the Jedi that you killed today, Dooku.
This has a kill switch. This is the Proffie 2.2 board with your SD card under here. And then it has a 28mm Smuggler's Outpost speaker. And as you can see, the chassis itself is in really good condition. Let me see if we can get some light on the... There we go. Just want to be able to show you the lighting on the pins there, as well as the lighting on the PCB there. See, it's all in really good shape. There are some mild scuff marks, like on the base of the pommel, like right here. But other than that, the Saber is in excellent condition. Here, let me get a blading here. So that's the Saber. Now, some of you may be asking why there's a custom chassis in here when Sabertrio does a power core. That's a good question. Because I bought this originally from Sabertrio in early 2022. I originally bought it as a stunt saber. So my plans at the time when I bought it was just to use it as like a dueling saber. To use with my daughter, because she and I like to duel a lot outside in the front yard. However, I ended up just kind of dueling with her anyway with some of my other Proffie Pixel sabers, and that was turning out to be just fine. And so I decided, well, I'll just go ahead and get this converted to Proffie Pixel because that's what I want anyway. And at the time, Sabertrio, they still had that sled chassis system, that legacy wired chassis, not wired, but it was like rubber banded in, so when you pulled it out, it kind of snapped back in. You could remove it, but not without a little not without a little bit of trouble. And at the time, I could have just sent it back to them and said, hey, can you convert it to your chassis? That would have cost me about $200 plus international shipping both ways. And I wasn't really interested in doing that. And I figured I could spend about the same amount of money and commission somebody here in the States to do the conversion for me with sort of a chassis of my choosing, something that I had some input on the design with. And so that's what I decided to do. So that's why I went to Carlos over at Kessel Customs to do this chassis for me. And basically what I asked him for was a chassis that was sturdy, that would withstand lots and lots of use for the Saber. Like I told him, like, this is a Saber I'm probably going to use, you know, multiple times a week, do a lot of board flashing, do a lot of config changes. So it's going to be something that I'm, you know, pulling in and out of the Saber every other day and making changes to, and then swinging it around and banging it and that kind of thing. So I asked him, I need a chassis that's going to be really resilient, without a lot of fancy stuff on it that might break. And so that's what he did. And that's how it's performed for me for the last 3 years. It's been really reliable. I've never had a problem. As you can, actually, let me show you here. The pins still work fine. The connection is really clean.
I am a slow learner.
And I wanted to show you also the LEDs here on the emitter. They're all still intact. But as I'm selling it now, I also realize that now Sabertrio has their power core out, which is, you know, a really, really nice core. Not going to lie. I have 2 other Senzas myself with power cores. But for anybody that's looking for a really good value, you know, that maybe has a budget that's a little lower than being able to afford $600 for a new Sabertrio, this is going to be a good value for you. I think I'm listing this at like $300 or $325, something like that. And so if you, you know, are looking for a really good quality Saber out of the box that's just going to work, that's going to sound good, that's going to be easy to use, that's durable, but you have a budget that's a little bit lower than, you know, $350 or below, I encourage you to hit me up about this Saber, because it will not do you wrong. All right. Thanks for looking. Talk to you later.